To make it go in a new direction, we're gonna push that isn't in the same direction or against it in a perpendicular direction to make it change direction. If I want to travel at a constant speed in a curved path, I want you to think of that constant speed. What does that mean about my push? Let's pause. Can you pause? Or do you have to record it one time?
I can
What
pause.
does that mean about the push I have to be applied? I can't push at all in either the way it's going or against the way it's going. It has to be a perpendicular push, or else I will change its speed. It'll speed up or slow down. So if it's moving, then I'm going to push on its side, and it will turn, but it will go at a constant speed. But it will curve. Does that make sense to everybody? I don't change its speed as long as I don't push in the same direction as it's moving or against the direction. I have to be perpendicular. Okay. How about going in a circle? So I'm going to go around a cone in a circle. I'm going to go at a constant speed. Notice which way I'm pushing. Can you describe what direction I'm pushing? I'm pushing perpendicular to the motion of the ball, but where is my broom always pushing towards? Yeah. It's always towards the center of the circle. Do you guys see that? It's always pushing towards the center. There's a name for that. Do you guys know the name for a center-seeking force? A force towards the center of a circle. It's the centripetal force. Centripetal means center-seeking. So whenever you have something going in a circle, there is a centripetal force. There has to be a centripetal force. Like if there's a satellite going in a circle around the Earth, there's a centripetal force. What is it? What do we give that force a name of? Gravity. It's gravity. Gravity is a center-seeking force. It's the center of the Earth, and gravity always pulls towards the center of the Earth. So the satellite goes around the Earth because of the gravity force acting as a centripetal force. Now, the centripetal force is always the result, the total of all forces added up. It has to be essentially the only force. If there were any other forces in any other directions, it would either be speeding up, slowing down, or not going in a circle. To be able to go in a circle, the centripetal force has to be the total of all the forces added together. It has to point towards the center of the circle, or else it's not going to go in a circle. Do you guys have any questions about that centripetal force? Okay, I want to talk about its evil twin, the centrifugal force. What would the centrifugal force be as opposed to the centripetal force? The centrifugal force would be, let's say this is a car. I'm sorry. You're okay? Okay. Let's say this is a car. You're in the car. I know it's rolling, but you're not rolling your car. This is just acting as your car. And you've got a cup of coffee on the dashboard. Now your dashboard, I don't know why you would do this, but you just waxed your dashboard, and your dashboard is amazingly smooth, like slippery smooth. So you put your coffee on the dashboard, and as long as you're going at a constant speed, the coffee goes along with you in the car at a constant speed. But then you get close to school, and you're gonna have to take a left turn. So your car is moving, and then something makes it go in a curve. In that case, what's the source of the centripetal force for your car? It's not gravity. Yes, and if you put that together, you made the turn and your wheels, what's the force called that would make your car turn? You wouldn't be able to do it if it was icy conditions. You would just keep going straight and you wouldn't make the turn. It's friction. Friction is the centripetal force in this case. It's the force towards the center of the circle. and it's coming from the tires and the road. So the friction force on your car will be the broom and make your car turn. But your cup of coffee isn't touching the road. Your cup of coffee is on your dash, which is nice and slippery. As your car goes, your coffee cup goes with it. But then when your car turns, what happens with your coffee cup? Where does it go? Tell me where it goes. This is important. Now I'm going to show you this. What if I'm going in a circle? I'm going in a circle, centripetal force and all that, and then I don't have a centripetal force. Where does it go then? It goes in a straight line, right? No force, no acceleration, straight line at constant speed. Coffee cup. No force, no acceleration. What does the coffee cup do?
Go straight.
Go straight. Sorry. If this is you, the car, the coffee cup, and then you and the car turn, but your coffee cup doesn't, your coffee cup would be the end of this plastic cap. The coffee cup would just keep going straight. Now, you're in the car. You go with the car. You're going to take the turn. So what, from your point of view, happens to the coffee cup?
Flies at you.
Which way does the coffee cup look like it's going? It goes out to the right. It slides across the dash, going to the right. You might think, oh my gosh, there's a force on the coffee cup pushing it to the right. But is there?
No.
What is actually happening? Yeah. The coffee cup goes straight and the car turns out from underneath it. From our point of view, in the car, it looks like the coffee cup slides sideways. But if you could ask the coffee cup would say, hey, wait a minute, I'm going this way. Why are you guys going that way? I'm going this way. I'm going straight. There's no force on me. I'm going straight. And so it looks like it slides across, but actually the car is sliding out from underneath it. The coffee cup isn't doing anything other than going straight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That outwards direction and the feeling that you feel when you're on the passenger side and you feel the car door pushing against you, when somebody takes a hard left, the car pushes against you, you almost think you're being pushed against the car door. No, you're just trying to go straight. The car door is trying to make you turn. The car door is pushing you towards the center of the circle. It's not that you're being pushed outwards. It's the car is pushing you inwards. It's not that the coffee cup is going outwards. It's just not being pushed inwards and goes in a straight line. That effect is called centrifugal force, the outwards appearance of force, but it's not a force. There's no force there. It's the actual absence of a force. The coffee cup's just going in a straight line. That's when there's no force. So no, there's no force. Centrifugal force is called a fictitious force. It's a made-up force to try to explain from the point of view of being in the car why the coffee cup would suddenly slide across the dash. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions? So centripetal is a force. We're going to do a lot of it. Centrifugal is not a force. It's a misperception. Because we're in the car. If a bird above us was watching, they would say, no, the coffee cup just kept going. It's you that you had a force. You turned. The coffee cup just kept going. Okay, let's go back in the room.